John and I spent a lot of time talking about Tui. Should she go pro or not? I'm more inclined. John seems to think that she's got nothing left to accomplish. I'm more inclined to look. She's so happy in college. If she wants to keep doing that, I would definitely do that. She could try to triple next year, do mile 3K, 5K. She could try to add the DMR. She could try to really, she could still run against the pros while in college. But if she feels like there's nothing left to accomplish, then she should go pro. But it's up to her. But I like your thinks on that. Should she go pro? Yes or no? But more importantly, I want to ask both of you guys, if she does go pro, this is why I think she should stay in college. Does she make the US team? For me, the answer is no. So if you're a pro and you're not making the team, it's really not that much fun.
But here's the thing, Robert. Look at the women she's competing against for that spot. Let's say the 5K team. It's going to be likely Alicia Monson, um, Elise Cranny, and Carissa Schweizer. All of those women were very good college runners who went up a level when they started training with professional groups based for a lot of the year at altitude. Cranny and Schweizer, who go to a lot of training camps, Park City, Flagstaff, Alicia Monson in Boulder. All of them have made significant leaps. And Katelyn Tuohy, will she improve next year if she's at NC State? Probably. But how do you make that big leap? You get in a pro training environment, you're going to altitude camps, you're living and training like a professional. And if she does that, then yeah, I think that increases her chances to make the Olympic team because she's putting herself in that pro environment. That's my take on it. Well, then what do you think?
My initial quick take was like, of course she goes pro. But the more I think about it, I don't think it's a no-brainer. Because I think one, this is what her junior year academically. I think she wants to get her degree from North Carolina State. I assume she's going to stay in school. So if she's just around at NC State training next year, is that really any different? I agree, John. If you're going all in for the Olympics, then maybe you go to altitude, but then that's a whole completely environment. You're away from your team. The team's working really well for her. So do you want to change the equation right before the Olympics? I kind of almost think if you're going to go pro, that's what you should try to do. But she could stay at NC State in the fall, maybe even do cross country, then go pro, maybe try an altitude stint, really try to take things to the next level. That would probably mean taking the semester off from school. So I'm not sure. I really did. I enjoyed the Supporters Club podcast, guy. Like just some of the insights you guys had. Robert telling us how he congratulated NC State coach Lori Hinnis. He's like, just amazing job with Caitlin. We don't always see the high school phenoms have such, or sometimes you never see the success, but initial success in college, it's been pretty quick. And she said, "Look, she's an even better kid. That's the great thing about her. Like she's helping kids on the team, and that's just. It sounds like she's in an environment where everything is clicking for her, right? So in theory, yes, you go to altitude and you train and things get better, but these are human beings, John. So who knows what's going to happen when you take her away from this environment of college that she loves?
And I do think the way she said a few comments where she said something kind of like this might be the last chance. So I think she's probably going to move on. If she feels like she's done, and my mom told me this. My mom went to the University of Texas. She's like, oh, everyone by the time they're a senior is just kind of tired of where they are. Like 4 years is too many. 3 is perfect. So if she wants to do it, go. But she's doing so well. And Weldon's a perfect example of it. You move to altitude, you don't have school, you do amazing. And like Nagoose had never been down to. Look at him now. By the way, we had some great nuggets of wisdom about Nagoose on the Supporters Club podcast. But what Sean Carlson said, and was he shocked by that 728?
Well, the other thing I think about Tui is she also could make the team this year. I think at their best, Elise Cranny, Carissa Schweizer, and Alicia Monson are all better than what Katelyn Tuohy would be at her best in June 20 or July 2023 at USA's. But who knows if those are the athletes we're going to see on that starting line there. I mean, maybe Monson focuses on the 10,000. I think she'll probably maybe she decides her medal chances are better in that. She's not even going to run the 5K. Maybe Elise Cranny, who did not run the 10 this year, neither did Schweizer. I mean, they've got the standards, but Cranny has run one race this year. It didn't go well at Millrose. Carissa Schweizer has not raced at all. Maybe they're not 100% ready to go. And in that case, then you're looking at someone like Emily Infeld, Ellie Hennis, Josette Norris, maybe Josette Andrews. There's still going to be competition to make the team, but I think if one of those big three, or maybe two of those big three, aren't in there, then Tui is going to be very, very competitive for a spot on the team this year.
Yeah, I think she makes the team the more I think about it. There's a lot of moving parts there, and two of the moving parts, Cranny and Schweizer, have been injured. So, and then doubling the 10 and the 5 this year is much harder. Is Monson gonna want to double? Is she gonna do both? Now, she may just do the 5. So, I don't think Caitlin's gonna try the 10. So the 5's her event, right? She wants to make the Olympics. She's gonna try in the 5K. I guess she could try the 15, but I don't see that. I don't think she's a miler. She's a pretty good miler, but at the next level, I don't think that's her event. But who knows? I never thought Jenny Simpson was going to be a miler either, right?
Yeah, Weldon, one thing I saw this in the Fast Women newsletter this week was Shalane Flanagan. Her last couple of years in college, she was so much better than everyone in the 5K. She started running the 1500, and that may have helped her develop the kick needed to. Well, I guess she didn't really wasn't her kick that let her run 30:22 in Beijing in 2008, but it probably helped her win some professional races. So if you're Tui and you want to come back next year, maybe you come back as a miler. You say, I'm going to try to be the 1500 and the mile champion. We already know she has the NCAA record, but maybe you get some experience in tactical races, you hone your kick. That would be more of a challenge than just coming back and try to repeat in the 5K.
Great idea. That's what I'm saying. If there's a new challenge for her, stay. If not, and you wanted to doubt her to go pro, but it's just, you know, even if you do make the team, you want to be competitive. It's not fun to go get 12th at Worlds. I guess it's fun at USA's, but it's not fun when you go there.